Hello, good morning. My name is Miss Vicky or Vicky, whichever way you prefer. That's right, whichever way you prefer. But it's not Huzzy, it's not Biddy, it's Vicky or Miss Vicky. Alright, this video is a parody video. This is meant to be funny. And I don't know what just popped. Oh no, Bambi's up here. Bambi. Bye, Bambi. See, I saw you. Where's your friends? I bet you got some friends somewhere. I don't see them. Well, that's good we saw Bambi in time. Nobody hit me behind me. Alright. Now, this video is a parody video. This video is meant to be sarcasm and me being cynical. Yes, I need to give that disclaimer because I know if I don't, somebody will, not understand. Okay. Today I watched Sarasota Tim. I decided it was time I watched a video instead of depending on others and reading an AI post. AI wasn't working much yesterday, or else it wasn't working here. I'll put it that way. All right, now, what do we have to say about Tim? Well, Tim is going to teach us all about Medicare Advantage. He's already done one video, but now he says he's going to do 2 more. And he is going to tell us how wonderful Medicare Advantage is, and that all of those, he's going to show you that those myths are all a bunch of junk that they say about, and I know that's not making any sense. Anyway, he's going to tell us that what we hear and read is simply not true about Medicare Advantage plans. He says if we want to go ahead and pay for, the Gap, Medigap, and all them other plans that cost so much more money, that's up to us. But he says there's no reason to do that. And he's going to tell us why. He is going to tell us why. Because he thinks he is the king of Medicare Advantage. He says he's, watched a lot of videos. He's read up on this because he wants to know everything there is to know. He don't want to know just a little bit. He wants to know everything. Everything. And look, I'm going to pull into the Medicare G plan parking spot. That's really not what this is. I don't know what them flags mean. I guess they're supposed to tell us where we parked, what row. But do you think anybody pays any attention to that stuff? No, they don't. Okay, and Tim told us that he met a guy named Craig yesterday that is now his best friend. Well, he didn't say best friend, but that's kind of what he made it think. And should I hit that pole? That's far enough. I don't want to hit him. So he met a guy named Craig that is now his friend, and he told him everything. I mean, he met a guy first time and told him everything, even personal stuff. Do y'all tell somebody that you met for the first time personal stuff? I mean, do you really? And then, I don't know about y'all's experience with anybody named Craig, and this is in no way to shade anybody out there if your name is Craig. But just the experience I've had with people, with men named Craig, is just not the best. Not the worst either, but then again, I haven't known that many. But the ones I've known, let's just say, they might not be what they seem. On the outside, to the public, they seem like the nicest people in the world. But when you get them behind closed doors, I don't know if they're still as nice as what they portray. Just my experience. Anyway, Do y'all tell people everything on the first time you meet them? And you know, everybody, if Craig is real, Craig may turn on Tim just like the other turncoats do. I mean, I'm a turncoat. Who knows? And then Craig would have all this information. Just putting it out there. Just putting it out there. So Timmy's going to teach us about Medicare. He knows everything there is to know about the iPhone. But yet he don't have one. Well, he don't have the new one like I do. Anyway. And then somebody left him a message and told him that, did he know his food stamps was going to run out in November? I'm surprised that comment was still there. Of course, you had Bubba, you must be new here. And then you had these, you know, don't talk to a troll, all that good stuff. Oh, well, I'm sorry my voice keeps going one way or the other. I'm trying to be smooth and just, you know, just say it like Tim would say it. And then Tim went walking. He went walking with his daughter and son-in-law. And, you know, also he went to the gym. He went to the gym and he got in the tanning bed. He got in the tanning bed, he said, for 8 minutes. Y'all, if I got in the tanning bed for 8 minutes right now, I'd be burnt to a crisp. All I can say is that them bulbs must not be that hot. When I say hot, new, because, you know, when you get new bulbs on a tanning bed, I don't care how long, I don't care how good a tan you got. Chances are, if you stay in there longer than 3 or 4 minutes, you're going to get burnt. So he's working on his skin. I see that he's working on his skin. Now, there is some skin diseases that a tanning bed might help, but it's a fine line. They tell you don't stay in there more than 2 or 3 minutes if you're doing it for psoriasis or something like that. And I don't even know that they tell that now. They used to tell it, but I don't know if they tell it now. So 2 or 3 minutes versus 8 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. And you know, when they first come out, those tanning beds, 30 minutes is how long I'd stay in them. It's a wonder that I don't look 110. That shows to show you good skincare. I don't care what anybody says. Good skincare works. That's right, it does. Okay. And there's hundreds of brands out there that have good skincare. Everybody wants to know my skincare. Y'all, I'm not a good example because I am always switching. I like to try new things. And I may tell you today I'm using, you know, salmon sperm, the PDRN or PRDN, whatever it is. And then tomorrow, I may be using something entirely different. And see, that's just because I like to experiment. I like to experiment. And I think that helps keep my skin guessing. Now, some people would rather be in a routine and never change it. My friend Melissa 55, if you watch her, she don't change hers very much. Now, she has changed it slightly since from when I started watching her, but not much. You know, she's been using Retin-A a lot longer than I have. She's got beautiful skin. But I like to play around. I like to keep my skin guessing. I just said that. Not going to say any more about it. Okay, and I'm wheezing just slightly a little bit today. Just telling you, just a little bit, but not bad. Not bad. I am taking a new supplement for that. And I think it might be helping some. I'm not getting as short a breath as I once was since I've been taking this. But now I know I can't talk about that stuff because I am not a doctor and I'm not a lawyer. So I can't tell you about supplements. I can just tell you to read up on them. And sometimes supplements will help and sometimes they don't do nothing. All right, y'all, I got to go. I've carried on this conversation long enough. But I just want to tell you that Sarasota Tim is going to tell us why we don't need to spend any more money on insurance, except that the Medicare Advantage PPO plans are the thing to have. You don't need anything else. It's a joke, y'all. It's a joke. Gotta go. Love y'all. Y'all have a great weekend. Bye.